Hopefully y'all will be able to hear me this time. I'm sorry about that. My freaking volume went out. I don't know what happened. I have no bloody clue. Other than I got a call and it knocked me off, so I must have muted it and I don't know how to unmute it. So I'll wait for y'all to get here. Sorry about that. Let's see. Yeah, I know. I'm well aware. Y'all here? Hopefully y'all start talking. Somebody say something. I know somebody's here. And now it's freaking hot. All right, beautiful people. Hi, Alejandro. What'd you do, baby? All that talk about adult toys. They cut me off. Is that what happened, baby? Hi, Jason. Yeah, apparently I can't get a phone call. Because if I get a phone call, it interrupts the video stream. And it does the same exact thing when I try do pre-recorded videos. Even though I'll turn the notifications off, I still get interrupted and I still get phone calls that come through. So, like, I remember months ago when I was still doing more pre-recorded videos back then. I remember I would go through, I would be in the middle, and I'd almost be like over halfway done with the video, and then suddenly a phone call would come through and interrupt it. And 9 times out of 10, it was a spam call. And then I have to start all over again. I did, Jason. It still comes through, baby. That's what I mean. I put it on the Do Not Disturb app. I turn all that stuff on, and it still comes through. No, Alejandro, it wasn't you, baby. It was because I got a phone call. It was someone accidentally butt dialed me. It don't work, Jason. I've tried it, baby. Like, I took a screenshot of something I was typing up earlier today, and my phone was set on the Do Not Disturb thing. I was still getting messages. I was still getting phone calls. It doesn't stop it. Don't ask me why. Maybe there's something wrong with that phone. I don't know. I reckon I probably need to come talk to the cell phone company, which I really don't feel like doing, but that might be it. Hi, Steve. Yeah, I saw it, baby. Thank you. And I saw yours too, Alejandro. Ooh, I just saw a bright spirit orb. It was a twinkle orb. Where'd it go? I have no more, yeah, I got it, baby. Thank you. I got both yours, Jason and Alejandro. My day's been gravy. I got a new toy, Steve. Oh, that don't sound right. How you doing, baby? I did watch your video the other night, baby, with the cops harassing y'all again while you was out walking. I know it did. I mean, and I don't mean for it to sound that way, but I mean, y'all need to get y'all's heads out of the gutter too. It ain't that kind of stream. I was fixing to say wrong platform, but then again, some of them end up getting down like that, I hear. I got these dice that have tarot images on them. So, like, here's all the major arcanas. Or no, these are the minors. But, like, here's the devil. There's you. No, I'm kidding. That's the devil, though. And the other ones. They're pretty cool. And I got one that has numbers on them, too. Are you a Capricorn? I didn't know that, baby. Now I know. Oh, my goodness. No wonder. You're a mess and a half. Yeah, the devil is a Capricorn. You're right. Oh, my goodness, Moonchild. Hello, Ron. Good old Capricorns. You Capricorns seem to be attracted to my stream, too, for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. I notice I seem to get a lot of Capricorns. I know I got a lot of Virgos. I know I get a lot of water signs, too. A lot of fire, specifically more so Aries than anything. Your ex-wife's a Capricorn. Oh, God help you, Jason. But you're a Scorpio. How did that happen, baby? Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Steve. I ain't got no tattoos, baby, but I know you do. And a lawyer at that? Whew. Jason, you was asking for trouble, weren't you, baby? Capricorns and Scorpios are compatible? Are you sure about that? I don't know about that, baby. Maybe y'all are just drawn to each other? I only say that because Capricorns are Earth. Aren't y'all an Earth sign? Yeah. And Scorpios are water signs. So usually it's being attracted to the other signs that's in the same element as you. So that's why it's weird. It's throwing me off. I'm not saying it's not possible, baby. It's just, I don't know. I mean, but I guess that's like me being, you know, attracted to or getting along with a Taurus. But, you know, a lot of it, you know, is the deciding factor, as they would say, based on the rest of your birth chart, too, not just your sun sign. You're a Libra sun, but heavy Scorpio. Okay. Well, that makes sense then. I knew you were Scorpio. I remember us talking about that. Half goat, half fish. The one you're talking to is a Taurus? Oh. Yeah. They're very loyal, Jason. They do like the finer things in life, though. Stability is probably one of their strongest things, but they are loyal. And they're very loving. Trust in the light. So, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you, baby. I want to see it work out. I want to see you find love. Judith, what were all the lawyers? Were they air signs? Your son's ruled by Saturn. I don't know that much of it. I probably know them a little bit, but not that much. They were a mix. Oh, and of course, I already shuffled this deck. And I knew, where did that card go? Hold on, Judith. I'm going to show you this Sharky card real quick. I just got to find it. Because this is the one I pulled for you. And it's like, and I can't make this up. Judith, just know this, beautiful. I can't make this up. Well, that's true, Jason. But isn't that true for everything? You just had to put some in their place. I believe that. All right, Judith. Here's your snarky sharky. And it says reason. Everything happens for a reason. Dive deeper to discover the hidden treasure of opportunity. So Spirit wants to go deeper. Look deep within yourself, beautiful. There's opportunity waiting for you. That's what Spirit's saying. You might be short, but you're almighty. Angela, that's rude. If you want to say you instead of saying hello, don't be here. Because my moms will be glad, more than happy to kick you out. Reckless, you can get lost. Ain't nobody talking about no sugar, baby. I don't know who the heck you think you're talking to. See, yeah, Rick lost. I mean, you obviously are lost. Even though it says list, you must be lost. Because, see, yeah, I'm a mermaid. Oh, and I'm fiery, too. And no, I ain't trying to take care of no man-child. Let me get that straight. See, my daddy didn't raise a fool. He raised me that the man's supposed to be the one to provide and take care of his woman, not the other way around. So, when it comes to, you know, financially and all that, not saying that it's supposed to only be on the man, but they're supposed to take the biggest part of the burden, would be what my daddy would say. Oh, and that don't mean that y'all don't clean and cook and all that too, because my daddy cooked too, so. So get lost. You're not mean. No, you're not mean, Judith. You're not mean. You don't have a mean spirit like that. But, you know, due to a Pisces, we're very loving. We're very forgiving. But don't tick us off. Don't push us to that limit. Because once you do, it's like an explosion. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And Alejandro could probably tell you a little more about that. He's had plenty of experiences with Pisces. I'm sorry, Alejandro. I couldn't help, baby. But I ain't lying either, am I, baby? That's why I say you can get us. We're the dreamy mermaids until you tick us off. Then you get the fiery shark. And you might get bit. Why do you think I got that shark deck for? Just to, you know, remind y'all, keep y'all in shape. Yeah, she is. No, I wasn't calling you out, Alejandro. I was just saying, baby. You know, I mean, that's why, you found me, right? Because I just so happen to be a Pisces, too. I'm messing with you, Alejandro. You're one of the good ones, baby. More like a killer whale. Orca. Go ahead, Jason. What's your question, baby? And I'll let these dice answer it for you. Let's see. Oh, and let me see. Hi, Jim. Bye-bye. Ooh. Will Janet choose to let go of the twin flame and start a relationship with you? Damn, baby. I wish you'd wait for tomorrow night to come see me. But I'll see what my dice got to say, baby. I mean, I got this yes and no dice. So let's see. I'll get that out of the way first. How about that? Spirit. Show me. What does your intuition tell you? That's what Spirit said right there. Trust your intuition. Does your intuition tell you she will? That's the one you go with, baby. Hi, Bill. Alright, let me see what else. Spirit. So you want to know about this new love connection. Show me, Spirit. Well, dang, Spirit. Come on now. Okay, well, I'm just going to trust it's this then. Alright. Well, I can see you really like her, baby. I got the Knight of Cups right here, but actually I want to see something. Spirit, is this supposed to be the Knight of Cups, or is this Queen or King? Show me. You're in that King of Cups energy, baby. You want to give her the world. I can see she got your attention, baby. She got your goose, I'll say. Hi, Fred. What else, Spirit? Show me. I got the Chariot here, baby. I mean, you're the King of Cups here. And you know the King of Cups is all that stable, mature, loving, romantic person. You being that person, baby. I could see you wanting to give her, a good life and be happy. I see you see this being possibly long term. That's what you're looking at. And I feel like Spirit's wanting you to trust in yourself with the Chariot right here. I feel like this is about you having self-control, but also a self-awareness. And also having that confidence to just take a chance, baby. Instead of looking to see what could this possibly turn into, I mean, if you're afraid of it being a rebound, that's one thing, and I get that, baby. And I feel like if you're afraid it could turn into a rebound, then she's not ready. And I know you know that. So, and that might be the point where you should say right now to yourself, baby, as much as you want to get involved with her, because she's still tied to her ex, twin flame, whatever he is, maybe it's not time yet for y'all to start pursuing each other. Because otherwise, baby, it might go south. 9 times out of 10, it turns out that way. It's rare that it ends up being, something solid. Especially if you have concerns, even just asking if she's going to be able to let go of him, to be committed to you, to really invest in you. And I'm not saying that there can't be positive movement towards that, but you have a hesitation here, Jason. So, baby, I feel like you need to trust yourself. Spirit's saying trust your intuition. What does that tell you? But let me roll one more. Spirit, what else? The world. I feel like it can go all the way, baby. But are you willing to be patient with her? The world, it's all about success, reaching that goal, that achievement, which, what do you want? Even though this says 12, I wrote another dice from my tower deck dice to get a king of water, okay? And baby, this is you being king of cups, wanting to give her that. So, can you be confident? Can you be patient? Can you see the positive movement? Because really, at the end of the day, you're in the driver's seat of this right now. I feel like it's up to you to decide whether you want to pursue this and take a chance. Will it end up right? I mean, I get the world right here. I feel like it will, but I still get an hesitation here. I don't feel like 3-4 months, baby. It's like, I feel like you need to kind of cautiously go through this slowly, baby. I wouldn't go head first into this or heart first. I'm not saying don't withhold your feelings, but be mindful that it's a possibility, because if she still has deep feelings for this person, she may not be able to let go of him just yet. And if that's a concern, baby, that's all about your intuition. What does your intuition say? Do you think she's ready to let him go? Or are you that type of person that feels like in order for them to get over an ex, they got to get involved with someone new? And there are some people like that. But then there's the other side of it. The darker side is you get involved with them, and then what if it's just a rebound? You're the rebound, and then you get hurt, baby. So I would go slow with it, baby. I would not rush into this. I would not push it. I would take my time with her. I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying don't walk away from her, but just be mindful, because, at least she's been that much honest with you about her ex. She still, got her heart enough wrapped in him still. She hasn't been able to completely let him go just yet. Give it time. Maybe she needs time to get to know you more. And that can happen, baby. I'm not saying it can't. I just know I would not want to be the reason someone gets over someone and then come back later and it bites me behind because I end up being the rebound. She could come into this, all lovey-dovey and, think she's in love, but is she really? Could she truly be in love with you, or possibly fall in love with you and still have her heart with someone else? Yeah, I see that possibility, if someone could be in love with two people at the same time. I'm not saying that's not possible. But still, again, do you want to divide your heart up like that? Knowing that half her heart might be with you, but the other half of her heart's still with him. I'm sorry, but I'm greedy. If I get you, I want all of you. I don't want just part of you. But I want you to come to me when you're ready, when you know you can give your all to me. And I'm not just going to get, pieces of you. That's not fair. You know, you wouldn't want, you know, like the situation you're in, you're questioning this. Would you honestly go out and do that to someone like her if the tables were turned? I don't believe you would, baby. I believe you would really give yourself the time out to get over someone first before going and looking for it elsewhere. But then I know she might be one of those people who may not know how to do that. She could be one of those people that needs someone always in their life to feel happy, to feel stable, to feel secure, which would tell me in some regard that means she's probably lacking her self-esteem. If she doesn't know how to love herself and be alone, then, she really needs someone right there with her all the time. And I don't know if that's going to be completely healthy either, baby. So it depends on which way you look at this, baby. You knew this up front, and she was honest with you, baby. Baby, just go with it then. Just take it slow, baby. Don't overthink it, but baby, don't be going and looking deep into the future, seeing like what could it be like a year from now yet either. Um, Take it day by day, week by week. See, how much, it changes. But most of all, baby, I feel like you need to trust your own intuition. Because that's what Spirit's saying too. Really, in the heart of heart, what does your intuition say? What does this tell you, baby? That's what you really should listen to. But I give her credit in the world. I mean, I give her nothing but respect. The fact that she was upfront with you about that. A lot of people won't be. Majority of people won't be, in fact, because they're afraid they're going to chase that person off. I'd give it a chance, baby. I would just walk into it slowly. So, let me see. Let me pull you a Sharky card, baby. Real quick. Snarky shark. Well, I got go for it at the bottom of my deck right there. But the card I pulled for you, baby. And if you feel like there's a real deep soul connection, then trust that, baby. I mean, I'm not saying there's not exceptions here. Because I do believe there are exceptions to the rule. I do greatly believe in that. It just might take some persistence. Like this card says, persistence. And it says, some shark species would suffocate without constant forward motion. The fastest road to success is to keep moving forward and adapting until you get it right. I think your answer's right here, baby. About trusting your intuition, but even based off the rolls I got from the dice, like, here it is. You got the world card in the end. Success. You'll complete this cycle, baby. Well, here's your other sign. And the world card. Or, I say card, but the dice. Where'd it go? I can find it again. It's weird how they put this world one together, but that's what it speaks to me. Right here. The world. So go for it, baby. Be persistent. I wouldn't go into it very strong at first, baby. I think you'll know when to pick up speed, but at least keep moving that direction. That's what Spirit's saying. And that's what I have for you, Jason. Please keep me updated, baby. Because you know I got a bunch of these Oracle decks. Love Oracle. And one of them's based off of new connection. A new relationship. It'll talk about the phases of your relationship, in fact. So... okay. And that's the Scorpio in you, baby. That's why. That's the water sign in you. I get that. All right, Alejandro. Are you ready, baby? If only you had some. But obviously don't, Mr. 3 inches. So, that's okay. I enjoy reporting, y'all. The less garbage, the better. How do those nuts feel now? You know? I mean, I do have some, what do we call them? Pickle stabbers. Those don't feel too good to you gentlemen. But you're not a gentleman, so... whatever comes through for you, Alejandro. Okay, baby. Let's see what Spirit got to say to you, baby. Got cold again. Crapola. Are y'all liking my dice? Spirit. What messages do you have for Alejandro? Full in judgment, baby. Oh, boy. All right, Spirit. What is this pertaining to? You being a fool for somebody, Alejandro? Did you find you another Pisces? You trying to get caught on your fishing line, baby? Oh, I'm sorry, Alejandro. I can't help it, baby. You know I'm messing with you. Well, whatever it is, you're going to be victorious in the end. You're going to be successful. Like, there's a huge need for you to not over-analyze everything right now. Not make any harsh judgments, I feel. Oh, okay, Judith. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sending healing, love, and light and comfort to you and your kitty. I hope everything's okay with her, honey. You have a good night, beautiful. I'll be back tomorrow for Rebel Night. Yes, I'm still doing Rebel Wednesdays with my Rebel deck and, you know, what other Oracle decks and stuff I choose to bring out. Okay, Win Hanson, I don't know what you're talking about, but please do not cuss in my chat. And KYD, I don't need to hear all that either. Been doing your best to keep it slow. You feel me on that? Okay, baby. Yeah, baby, whatever you're overthinking. Because I get this is the judgment card right here. This angel. Let's see. Make sure you can see this. Judgment. This is the angel. Judging. That's you. And it's like a harsh judgment, though. A harsh choice. A decision to be made. A decision that needs to be had here. We'll say. And I feel like Spirit wants you to dive into this, with your eyes open, yes, but understanding that whatever this refers to, baby, as it sounds like you know what I'm talking about. Be more innocent, like I get. Be more childlike, maybe. Be a little more playful. Allow your imagination to come forward instead of being more of the adult and the critical thinker, you being a nurse. And man, I could have sworn you told me you're a Leo. You're like the leader. And I know being, in the hot seat, we'll say, as the leader, you delegate tasks and you take charge and take control and give out, orders and such. But I feel like there's a need to kind of step back and trust the universe. Be, more innocent, because you're not going to know everything, baby. You're not going to have all the answers. And you may not even know everything that's going to come in the future. But who does? And I only say that because I have the Fool card right here. This is the Fool. And the Fool is all about taking a leap of faith. It's someone that's like, as I always explain it, like you think of just turning 18 years old and you're in high school, but you're an adult now, legally, right? But you're still living at home. But now suddenly, you're like, oh, as soon as I graduate, high school, I'm going to go move out and get my own place so I ain't got to listen to my parents anymore, kind of thing. And that idea is great. It's nice to have that, to want that for yourself, but you don't have any experience of being able to manage a household on your own and bills then, right? It takes time, experience. Does that mean you don't go out there and pursue it? No, it means having a leap of faith and telling yourself, yeah, I may not know all the answers, and no, I may not know how it's all going to work out. I just know that I'm going to trust myself and have enough faith in myself to keep going forward, knowing I'm on the right path and everything will fall into place and it'll work out the way it's meant to. And that's what I feel like Spirit's telling you. Trust that instead of overthinking it and trying to be in control of how it all plays out. It's time to surrender control is what I pick up. And allow the universe to kind of guide this wheel now. Guide you towards where you're meant to be and who you're meant to be with, where you're meant to go, and so forth. Not saying don't make choices for yourself, baby. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you get just that thought, like someone talking in your ear, even though there's nobody there, but, just this thought says, no, maybe you shouldn't do that yet. And that thought just don't go away, or it just sits differently. Like it gives you like goosebumps or something like that, or chills. That's when you trust it. And it's like, that's the divine saying, no, we're trying to guide you here. We know you want to go this way, but that's not the right move to make. So we're trying to get you over here, kind of thing. So be naive, allow that innocence come through. No, you don't know everything yet. You still need experience. Yeah, you can't be in control, but you know it's all going to work out. And Spirit saying, if you can trust that, you're going to be successful. Because here's the 6, and here's the 1. This 6 of Wands. This is all about victory. This is all about success. This is all about being like that knight in shining armor, will say, on the horse. Trying to, get in the race and cross it over the finish line. And you cross the line first. That's what this is. It's victory. It's celebration. You come out victorious. Even if things aren't perfect, baby. Even if things are a struggle. Even if there's road bumps and obstacles. Spirit's still saying you're going to be successful. If you learn to trust yourself. I hope this makes sense, baby. You're a little bit of both, baby. You're the right balance. And that's nice to have. Not everybody can appreciate that. I understand that. I knew someone who used to be that way. And I'm that person myself. But yeah, it's like try and balance both, baby. Have being the best of both. And bringing the best of both worlds. And combining it together into one beautiful package. And you know which side you allow. You know, is it time to lead or is it time to sit back, as you say, and let your hair down, so to speak, and let someone else take over? There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to lean on someone else to ask for help or allow them to take over some of the responsibilities and obstacles, you know, you face, you know, allow them to help face those too alongside you, you know, to where you're not taking it all on by yourself. So, all right. Yes or no? Let's see. Baby, I'm just going to roll this and I'm going to trust that whatever answer comes out, you're going to understand. So think of a yes or no question and I'm just going to roll the dice and I'll tell you what it says, okay? Spirit for Alejandro. Good one, Amanda. And I got to crawl underneath my desk and get my dice. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Oh, thank God I didn't go way back in that corner. That would have been funny. I'd be all on my hands and knees, crawling. Oh my goodness, I'm a mess. Hey, y'all know me. I'm a mess. All right, let's try this again, Alejandro. Yes or no, Spirit? Whatever Alejandro needs a yes or no to. Whatever that question is, show me. Maybe it's possible. Baby, maybe it's possible. It's not a yes or a no, it's a maybe. And let me pull you a Sharky card real quick. All right, Spirit. Anything's possible. Nothing's impossible. That's how I see things. That's just me. All right. Spirit saying go for it. It says sharks are circling. Don't wait for someone to rescue you. Go for it. Trust your decisions. So here you go, baby. Go for it. You know about that fool having that leap of faith? Spirit saying go for it. Take a chance. Instead of overjudging, overthinking, Spirit saying go for it. That's what I got for you, baby. I hope that resonates. And I hope that helps you, Alejandro. Thank you so much again, baby, for trusting me to read for you. And that's for everyone I've read for tonight, using my dice. I really have enjoyed using my dice to read for y'all. It's a new way of reading cards, except for it's not cards. I like these dice. Oh, you're welcome, Alejandro. Anytime, baby. You know I'm here for you. Hi, NJS. How you doing, sweetheart? Hi, Samuel. Well, you know, it's almost midnight. Hi, Jeremy. It has been a while. Your birthday's coming up. Well, happy early birthday. Hi, Archaic. The new toys are coming in handy. Yes, they are. Y'all liking my dice? I got some other ones too, but y'all gotta wait. I got a couple other toys coming. Oh, Lord, 420. That look. I know, we're not talking about toys that include batteries, okay? If that's what y'all are thinking. Y'all make me laugh. Okay. Hi. Hi, Christine. How you doing? I'm Gravy. Thank you for asking. How you doing? Watching my channel a lot during the day. You must be watching my streams that I do overnight then. Hi, Steven on the water. Thank you, baby. Much love and appreciation to you too, baby. I hope you're doing well. Aw. Love you too, NJS. How you doing, sweetheart? See, I wasn't supposed to stream tonight. I wasn't going to be back till tomorrow, but I missed y'all, so. And I wanted to show y'all my new toys, so. And that still doesn't sound right. Oh my goodness. At least some of my new toys, not all of them. I got a couple more. If I can learn how to type right. Oh, Christine, have faith, honey. And I hate to hear that, honey. I know my new tools tapestry. Oh, that's what I need to call them. I gotta remember that instead of toys. I know, I guess to me it's like a toy because it's something I'm always excited about because I love what I do so much. Oh, that's beautiful, Jeremy. That sounds like a lot of fun. Oh no, NJS. I'm so sorry to hear that, beautiful. But you know what, NJS, real quickly, honey? That don't matter, beautiful. You've known him as your grandson, and your son's known him as his son. That's all that matters. Blood don't make you family. I know that, we're so used to that meaning that we're family, especially in a legal context. But I mean, when you think of family, like when I think of family, I don't just think of my people that I'm born, the family I'm born into that I share blood with. That includes my friends. And to me, the best family are the people you choose. Not the ones that you are born into just by blood, but the ones you choose. And it's not saying anything bad about your blood family. I don't mean it that way. But I hope you get what I'm saying. So don't let it get to you, beautiful. You and your baby boy still love him. Like he's your blood. That's all that matters. And Christine Curtis, allow the universe to guide you. Just trust in it. And I hate to hear you're going through that. You know, um, I can semi-relate to it. And beautiful, all I can tell you is that sometimes I feel the divine, God, whatever name you want to label the higher being by, they have this ability of coming in and shaking up our world to pull us out of our comfort zone because we become too complacent where we're at because we're not meant to be there anymore. Does that mean you made the wrong decision marrying that person? No. You were meant to marry him and have the time with him you've had, but now it's one of those things you got to look at. Some people come into your life, to be there forever, for the rest of your life, but some people are only meant for a season. And that's how you got to look at this. Does that mean you love him any less? No. I mean, I'm sure you still got love for him, and I'm sure it's hurting your heart terribly, and I'm sorry. I'm sending healing light, love and light and comfort to you right now. I know that's not easy, but you also got to know it's going to get better. And sometimes it just means you got to become uncomfortable or become comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's what Spirit's trying to do, is pull you out of that comfort zone and take you where you're meant to be. Because where you're at right now, sweetheart, you're apparently not meant to be there no more. That chapter has come to an end. It's time to start a new one. And it never means it's too late. It doesn't mean you can't start over. I get it's scary. I get, it might be hard for a while, but it's not the end of the world. You'll see yourself through it in the end, as long as you don't give up. And as long as you don't try and resist it or try and take complete control over it, because you're not going to ever have complete control over it. Because I got to tell you, beautiful, at the end of the day, as I try and tell people all the time, you can't control what other people do. You have no control over what they do. Just like you can't change the past. Okay? You can't also change what the present when it comes to what others do. The only person you got control over is yourself. So everything else and everyone else that you can't, control, you can't change, you have no say, you got to let it go and release it to the universe, to the divine. And know that they're going to take care of it and it's going to turn out exactly the way it was meant to. Because let me tell you something, beautiful. What's meant for you will never pass you by. And you got to trust in that too. And then, I don't know how long you've been watching my channel, but what I can tell you is it would probably surprise you if I told you that I was forced to sell my house over a year ago. It's actually been 2 years now. Um, it wasn't a choice I wanted to make, but it was one I had to make. And was I scared? Yeah, because I didn't know where I was going next. My stability, my security was ripped out from underneath my feet. But I still had to figure it out. And yeah, I didn't know exactly where my next destination was going to be, so to speak. But I had to trust in the universe that it was meant to happen that way. Why? Because they needed to pull me out of my comfort zone. I got too comfortable there. And that's true. I was very comfortable. But that was my home. It had been my home for over 20 years. It's hard to walk away from that. But I did. I had to let it go, as hard as it was. And, and I sat there and I remember even telling my family, like, I know this might sound crazy to y'all, because they were worried and they were scared for me, not sure what was going to happen. And I had to tell them, it's like, listen, You got to trust in, the universe. You got to trust in God. Whatever's meant to happen is going to happen. I said, but, you got to know more than anything, it's all going to be okay. It's going to work out. I said, and I remember telling them on a few occasions, I don't know how, but what I do know is it's all going to work out for the better. It's going to work out even better than even I could have even imagined it coming out to be, is what I told them. And they could not believe how calm I was. And it's not that I wasn't stressed or worried, I was. I just didn't allow that side to eat me up. I had to stay focused. I had to get, my house packed up. I had to, figure out the logistics side of it about getting things moved into storage and so forth, right? That's where my attention had to be, not, over there crying in my bed or crawled up in a corner and just throwing my hands up in the air and just let it happen. No, I had to be proactive and start making that game plan. Okay, well, how much do I have? Where can I go? How far can it take me? I had to look at it from that standpoint. And once I did, everything fell into place like it was meant to. And let me tell you something, Christine. If it wasn't for that happening, I would not be sitting in front of you right now. I kid you not, sweetheart. I had I've been reading tarot since I was about 15 years old. I just turned 44 this year. But I gave it up for some time because I was more focused on um my life the way it was, and I was more focused on trying to invest my time into becoming a better pool player because I shoot pool semi-professionally. And I was also looking at starting a business coming into real estate. That was my goal. Well, for whatever reason, Spirit was telling me no. That's not where I was meant to be. They needed me here. They needed to take me out of my old home for me to really take a step back and go within myself and to trust in them that they were going to help me and they would have my back and they would guide me to where I needed to be. And this might sound crazy to some people, but they told me to start this channel. I told them they were crazy. My spirit guides, I told all of them, y'all crazy. No, this is the last thing I wanted to do was start my own channel, but they told me I was meant to do this, that I was meant to read cards, that I was meant to be here, help counsel people like you and be there for support and to share my stories with y'all from paranormal past experiences that I've had over the years, having my own psychic abilities. Still, I thought my spirit team was crazy, and I told them that. I resisted against it at first, but it kept gnawing at me. To the point they even came up with the name for my channel. I didn't. They did. And I went with it. And here I am. So understand me. Some things happen the way they're meant to happen. Even though it's a struggle and it's an obstacle and it don't feel good, it will get better. What's most important is that you don't give up. But most importantly, don't give up on yourself. But don't lose sight of what you got to do next, Instead of worrying about what's going to go wrong, focus on what's going to go right first. And be proactive. Start making the plans to go through this transitional period, this change that's coming. And you'll grow. And you'll come out stronger in the end. And you see, and I don't think you realize that you're stronger than you realize. And the divine knows this too. It just seems like maybe you've forgotten. And they're trying to remind you of that now. Because you got to also remember, sometimes they put us through things like this for us to learn. Why? Because they got something better for us in the future that we're unaware of yet. That hasn't happened yet. They know what's going to happen, but we don't see it. But they do. So they're preparing us. So that's how you got to see it from that standpoint too, honey. I hope that helps, Christine. I'm sorry again, beautiful. But we're here. I'm glowing. Well, yeah, I'm here having fun with y'all. I love being here with y'all. I love what I do, Christine. You know, it's crazy. Oh, good night, Moonchild. Sweet dreams to you, beautiful. I love you too. I'll see you tomorrow. You know, even though I read tarot, would you believe me if I told you that I don't read for myself? It's rare. It's rare that I turn cards over for myself, even though I got more decks than I don't even know how many tarot and oracle decks I have, but I got a lot, okay? But no, you would think it must be great, someone like me, because I'm, reading for myself every day. Nope, I don't. I don't get any fulfillment from reading for myself. If I feel like I need a tarot reading, I go to someone else to get it. Same as y'all being here. So, why? Because it doesn't fulfill me. What fulfills me is helping people like you and being able to read for people like you. That's where my fulfillment comes from. That's where my happiness comes from. And, being here, just to chit chat with y'all here and there in between readings and to have some jokes and laugh here and there. Laughter is, God's greatest medicine to me. But even to have those serious conversations in between too. It's that, deep connection, because it's like it's having that type of intimacy. Everybody, when you think of the word intimacy, everybody always thinks physical, sexual. No, I'm talking about mental, emotional, and spiritual intimacy, connection. That's what I enjoy, because I'm a deep person. I'm a Pisces, yes, but I have a deep soul. So just as much as I'm deep, I love deeply. I go beyond, the exterior. I go deep within your heart and soul. That's what I care about. It's more important than your exterior to me. So I appreciate having that deeper connection with someone, which means having deep conversations. Sometimes it's the hard conversations most of us don't want to have. But I enjoy having them because I get to know y'all on a deeper level, just as much as y'all get to know me that way. And I learned something from each and every one of y'all. Y'all teach me something. Just sitting here, it's not just me talking. If y'all don't think I listen to y'all, if I don't pay attention, I do when I can. I mean, I can't always keep my eyes on that screen, especially if I'm reading, but, doing a tarot reading. But, I do try and get to know y'all and read as much as I can. So I like learning new things. I like meeting new people. I like engaging in deep conversations. And it's just as much as I like that depth, I also enjoy having fun and laughing. So this is like one of those nights to laugh it up and have a little bit of fun. Okay, Broken Rich. Well, thank you for stopping by, sweetheart. Please don't forget to subscribe and like, honey. Hi, J-Dog. Oh, well, thank you for subbing, honey. I appreciate you so much. Okay. All right, beautiful people. Well, if I don't have any more paid readings, my beautiful people, I'm going to call it a night. Because I got to eat. I haven't eaten yet, and I smell food. And I have an appointment tomorrow, so I got to be up a little bit earlier than what I like to be up. I'm not a morning person, so it's going to take me a little bit longer to get my engine going in the morning, we'll say, to make it to my appointment on time. But I hope y'all will join me tomorrow night, which is Wednesday night. Wednesday night is Rebel Night. It's $5 Rebel Wednesdays theme night. So I hope y'all will come by and see me. I'll be back here 10 p.m. Eastern. If I can get on sooner, y'all, I'm going to really try my best to get on sooner when I can. I can't guarantee I will every night, but I'm going to try. So, I'm going to try and, you know, shift my schedule around a little bit. Oh, thank you, Jedi. You're so sweet, honey. Thank you. I was getting ready to get off here. You stopped by just in time, honey. Thank you, honey. Much love to you. Appreciate you, Jedi. But I'll be back for Rebel Wednesdays, which I do mini readings that night, and I got a Rebel deck that I pull cards from. So y'all come see me then. I'll be here. I look forward to it. And maybe I'll show y'all another new tool that I have. We won't say toy, I'll say tool. So I do have another, you know, something fun that I think y'all will like. All right, my beautiful people. So I'm wishing y'all beautiful dreams, since it's night time for me. So I know it's nighttime for most of y'all, not all of y'all, but whether it's night or day, have a beautiful night, beautiful day, sweet dreams, be blessed. Look forward to seeing y'all back here Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern for another edition of Insomnia Maniacs Tarot. Good night, beautiful people.